Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Bucket Ponds and my name is Terry. Today we are reviewing the free terrarium that I built about a week ago. I know that seems kind of sudden for an update, but the project has become a beautiful planted wonderland and I just can't risk waiting any longer. I have to show someone. So here she is. We built this at a total cost of almost zero, using some moss that I found in a parking lot, some soil I found nearby, and some stone and jar that I had laying around. Really, you could use any jar for a project like this, and you could use almost any stone as well. I just happen to favor the bright white marble stones there. Now, we planted this with just moss, just moss. I didn't use any crazy eBay plants or anything. I didn't purchase anything on the internet, and it became quite a beautiful project. There were a ton of small seeds and root fragments and things laying dormant within the moss that we collected, and those plants have started to regrow. And I think that's really cool. I can't say for sure if they'll last in here forever, but as it is, they look great, and I'm really happy to have them. I see at least a couple different grass plants and some other small plants in here. I did include a few twigs as well as a bit of decoration. But everything in here looks great, you guys, and the moss has turned a vibrant, beautiful green color. And you may remember during setup that it didn't look so pretty. It was pretty beat up and neglected. And we did pull this moss out of a parking lot where hundreds of people walked by it all the time and completely ignored it. But once you open your eyes to the green world, to plants and moss and stuff like that, you start to see things a bit differently. And so I brought a little of that moss home, and here it is. It looks great though. The scape that I went in here, the landscape or hardscape, I wanted to have an elevated area in the back and a lower area in the front. And I think we accomplished that. It looks great, you guys. And I do like having something in the middle to draw your eye, that center piece of marble. But, that might have looked even better if I had kicked it off to the side a little bit. You may see a strange a strange discoloration on that piece of marble, and that's actually a cucumber slice. Yeah, I threw some cucumber in here, hoping to attract any little insects that we may have captured. And on the outset, it looks like that we did not actually lure anything. We didn't capture anything in here. But when I look a little bit more closely, you'll see that there's actually a lot of life in here, and some things that I'll need your help identifying. So, yeah, check that out here in just a minute. But I am blown away by this project. And it looks a little bit like a little piece of Jurassic Park or something. And I think that's really cool. I actually I'm really happy with this, you guys. Just a couple years ago, I was the guy who always said I couldn't do a terrarium. Terrariums just didn't work for me, and I just gave up on the idea completely. But over time, we gained some experience with our little moss farms and our moss boxes, our little $1 terrarium that I built a while back. And we gained experience with these projects, enough so that I can at least keep some moss alive. And it turns out that's all you really have to do. Now, this terrarium does not have a drainage layer, so I do have to be very careful not to overwater it. I can't flood it, but otherwise, this project is perfect, and I'm really excited. Keep in mind, I'm very new to this hobby, to terrariums in general. I built some polydariums and some other things in the past, so it's not so different, but I think we're off to a great start. Now, I wanted to show you guys how healthy the moss was in here, and it's doing great. It looks good. But while filming this, I happened to notice something very interesting. Now, I believe these are small insects, but you'll be the judge. Help me identify this if you can. If you look closely at the ends, the tips of that star-shaped moss, you'll see that there are some tiny hair-like appendages, which are moving around quite frantically. With a digital zoom, I can give you a slightly better view of what I'm talking about. I have no idea what these are. Yeah, can you see it? Is that are those worms hanging off the tips of the moss? Are those like nematodes or something? Are they small insect antennas? And are they like antenna like waving around? I really can't tell. And I am perplexed. I am stumped, you guys. This is out of my range of experience. It's possible that that could even be a some type of growth on the moss, something that it just does naturally. I really don't know, and I need your help. For now, I'm going to assume that they are either small worms or the antenna of some tiny insect. Um, I wasn't able to find much information online, and it's a very strange question to try to Google on the internet. Tiny hair-like appendages on moss, like that brings up all kinds of stuff. And so I was unable to find any conclusive answers. Excuse me. I get tongue-tied when I'm excited, but it looks like we do have quite a bit of life in here. This star-shaped moss in particular is really active. It's very attractive to these hair-like appendages, but it's very healthy. And just looking at it here, I can't believe that we got this stuff for free. I could package this up and sell it on eBay right now, and whoever bought it would be happy to have it because it's that cool, and makes me really happy. We can just find some cool moss just out there in the world. And you guys, I've had to record this voiceover so many times. Forgive me if my voice is a little ragged right now. And I know that it is pretty sudden for an update on this project, but I've been doing a lot of builds lately and not too many updates. So it's time that I slow it down a little bit and get back to updating some of the other projects. I've just been feeling really inspired lately. And I think, when you get that bug, that urge to do something, that it's best to act on it right then, and to enjoy. But the terrarium looks amazing, and I will be covering some of our other projects like the barrel terrarium, which not too many people watched, but I blame myself for a bad thumbnail, bad title. But really, I have a few other updates coming as well. I don't want to say too much in case I change my mind and get sidetracked on other projects, but that's just sort of how I operate. But again, looking at this moss, it's beautiful. And you may remember that small teal shaped or teal colored plant that I thought was a lichen. That's it right there in the top right. Not the best picture of it. But that plant is starting to lose some of that teal coloration. And I don't think it was a lichen at all. I think it's just a small, low lying plant. We'll have to learn more about it as we, play with this terrarium. It's so weird to me, you guys. I always want to say aquarium. I always want to say jar aquarium. And just building some terrestrial projects and dry land tanks and learning. It's a lot of fun. And also, I do see the appeal of a terrarium. Um, the carpeting of the moss, and some other plants mixed in. That's definitely a beautiful thing to enjoy and something that I'm having a lot of fun with. So I hope that you guys don't mind a slight departure from the traditional ecosphere polydarium jar aquarium type videos. I noticed that a lot of people really liked the swamp collection video, and that surprised me. Thank you so much for watching. I guess we got some new friends from that video. And just looking in here, you guys, real quick, there is a tiny beetle in here on the moss. I think it's a beetle. And sometimes I really enjoy the scale of this project. That looks like an elephant walking through a grassland or something. I think that's really cool. But for a total cost of 0, just an old jar I had laying around and a few rocks, we've created a wonderland. And you guys were along for the ride. I think that's really cool. I apologize for not filming when I collected the moss. It was a public parking lot and stuff. I didn't really want to do that. I'll film off in the woods and stuff, but not so much in the middle of town. Thank you to my YouTube members and Patreon supporters. You guys are great. Thank you for everyone who watched this video and for all of our new friends and members as well. Hope you guys have a great day.